Hey, what's up? This is Sarah Lee Day with another episode of Dubsado Tidbits, the things you need to know about Dubsado delivered in bite-sized pieces. Last time we started talking about the canned email section, and today we're actually going to finish up looking at the rest of those settings. So if you remember, we have these templates up here that are the default emails that are going to go out in different situations. So for example, anytime that you want to send an invoice, there's a button you can click to generate an email that sends that invoice. And this is going to be that default email that pops up. Also, same thing for contract. When you're in a project and you click to send the contract, there's a default email that's going to pop up and populate with that contract. Contract completed. This is one that anytime you have a client who completes your contract, as soon as they sign it, they will receive a copy of that contract in their email by default. And this is the email that's going to deliver that copy. There's no way to stop that email from going, but you can customize what it says. Send form, send portal, send scheduler. These are all going to be similar up to the ones up here, where whenever you click the button to actually send that information, it's going to populate with this default email to send it. Now, most of these you can actually create your own custom emails and use them from the canned email section, but these are just some basic already set up templates for when you click those buttons to send that information. Appointment confirmed. So if you watch the videos on the scheduler, you saw that there was a place for appointment confirmation. You can create your own custom confirmation email and pull that from the canned emails. Or if you want to use the same confirmation email message for all of your appointments, you can set that up here. Keep in mind though that this confirmation email will be the default for every single scheduler. So if you want custom information for each scheduler, you're going to want to create that in your canned emails and set that up individually in those schedulers. Appointment rescheduled. So anytime that your client clicks the button to reschedule their appointment, this is the default reschedule appointment email that they're going to receive that has the information about their original time being canceled and their new time being rescheduled. Appointment canceled. Again, this is another default email that's going to go out as soon as an appointment is canceled, either by you or by your client. And it's just going to include some basic information about that appointment and the fact that it was canceled and possibly include a cancellation reason. Form reminder. So if you have a form that has an expiration date, you can actually set up automatic reminders about that expiration date in that form. The only thing to know about this though is that this form reminder is going to be the same default reminder across every single form and every single reminder about the expirations. There's not a way currently to set up any custom reminders unless you do that through a workflow, and that's something that we'll talk about a little bit later. Now if you want to edit any of these, you would simply just click into it and it's going to pull up the email for you to edit. And it also gives you a little bit of a description of where this templated email is used and what you can do to edit this information. And once you do, you want to click Save and Close. Finally, this last section here is your signature. Right now, the default just says thank you, which is nice, but it doesn't say who it's from. So if you wanted to set up your own signature, you could come in here and do that. So if I wanted it to be my name, I can do that. We have the same text settings down here that we can do. There's also a code view. So if we wanted to get real fancy and actually use some HTML coding, we could code that in here and make it really fancy. Now, other things I can do here are I can come here to formatting and I can do something like insert a table. Maybe I have a couple of rows of information I want to include and I want to separate it a little bit and put it in a table. So let's just say I have my title, my company name, and then down here at the bottom I have my, we'll just say Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. These are just, I'm just making stuff up right here to show you that you can utilize this table for putting different information in here. Obviously, this is not how I would do this, but you can use this table to put in different pieces of information, and you can resize it as needed. Another thing you can do over here under formatting is you can insert an image. So if we wanted to, we could insert a logo that goes with our signature. Maybe make it a little bit smaller so it's not so overwhelming. And we could even make this logo a link that goes to our website. I always do open in a new tab and then insert. Okay, so this is the signature that we've set up. If we click save, then anytime our canned email has this brand email template signature smart field, that signature will actually be populated into that email. All right, that's it for today's tidbit. For more information about receiving updates, requesting future episodes, or getting help with your own Dubsado account, take a look at the links in the description below this video or visit SarahLeeDay.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.